What's good, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. It's me, Faz, back with another stream. This time we've got Everton versus Manchester United. A must-win game for us. I've noticed myself saying must-win in almost every game. Like I need must-win, must-win, must-win. Like every game is a must-win. But you know what? After looking at today's performances from some teams in the league. Looking at Chelsea, looking at Tottenham, um, looking at Brighton, looking at Wolves. Who else played today? But mainly so Chelsea, City as well. But mainly so looking at Chelsea and Tottenham, it's a must win game for us. Like for Manchester United, we must go and collect the 3 points. I cannot afford us going and losing and risking any points. I cannot. Welcome everyone to the stream. Make sure you strap in. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing good. Ziad, thank you very much for coming through and asking. I'm doing well. I was very ill last week or the week before, but now I'm feeling a lot more like myself. This weather change has got me messed up, anyways. But yeah, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, Ziad. Strap in because we've got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Let's start off. Akshay says you are late, same as Maguire making tackles. Hey. I may be late, but I deliver. I still deliver. Right, let's start off with this. Okay, we're playing Everton tomorrow. Liverpool are playing Arsenal tomorrow as well. I'm gonna talk about the Liverpool game a little bit, just a little bit, but it's more so the Man United preview. Um, Make sure if you're here, obviously drop the like as well if you're enjoying the stream. But let's start off straight away with talking about our starting lineup. I want to get straight into talking about our starting lineup. There are certain players, if you ask me, that need to be benched in this particular game. The likes of Sancho definitely need to be benched. If you ask me, the likes of Bruno, I would want for him to be benched. Is he going to be? No. Of course, Ten Hag is Ten Hag. He's going to make his own decisions. But I want to talk about my opinions. That's all it's about, right? As a football fan, I can talk about my opinions. And my opinion is Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho are the first two people that I would drop for this game. 100% I would drop for this game. I particularly feel like Bruno has had moments in this season where he's shown us what he can do with Ericsson in the pitch, but he's also going back to his old habits. Whether that is a Ten Hag instruction or what, I don't know. But if you ask me, I'm not liking it. I am absolutely not liking it. The thing that he does where he goes on a tangent on the pitch, he runs around the pitch, he goes here, he goes there, he presses, like this. Like, nah, I can't. Bruno literally plays football like this, like constantly shaking. Just needs to chill out, relax, calm down, and just play a bit of football. Receive the ball, take a deep breath, look up. I see you, pass the ball. This guy just gets the ball. He just wants to AK-47 the ball everywhere. And you know what? It don't work like that, Bruno. I need a bit of patience, a bit of calmness. There's levels to this midfield stuff. Just like there's levels to being a striker, levels to being a defender, levels to being goalkeeper. Can we sit here and say that Bruno matches the levels that we require? Because Ericsson has come in and he's shown us the class that he is. He has. But can Bruno show us? It is a very crucial season for Bruno Fernandes. He's had his contract extension before Ten Hag has come into the job. Clearly, in the interview, he identified that yes, I had a conversation with the club. The club told me that I'm going to be part of Eric Ten Hag's plans. I put my signature on the dotted line. I love Bruno Fernandes for the interview that he did. I absolutely love the fact that he is a captain rather than Maguire, even though Maguire is officially the captain. But Bruno Fernandes wearing the armband, I think he's capable of being a captain. But nonetheless, captain or not captain, it doesn't justify whether you should be on the starting lineup or not. Based on that, I want to bench Bruno Fernandes. I think anybody in this squad should be open to getting benched. Nobody can sit here or nobody can be starting and thinking, well, I've got a guaranteed spot. I've got a guaranteed spot in Manchester United. I don't want anybody to do that. So, yeah, that's my thing with Bruno Fernandes. In all honesty, I think he's given us moments where we're in panic. He's given us moments where we're not really happy with his passing, especially in the Man City game, for example. But yeah, let's keep it 100. Um, he needs to be benched. That's as simple as that. If I will do actually, whilst we are moving on and talking about different players, I'm gonna run a poll quickly. Should Bruno be benched? Bruno be benched. There we go. The poll is up. Just vote yes or no. Yes or no. Everybody in the chat, who if you feel like he should be benched or not, just go ahead. There we go. Just go ahead and drop your vote. Um, there we go. Cool. Right. Let's move on and let's talk about the other players on the pitch that potentially might be playing. And one of the main ones is Casemiro. I really need Casemiro to start making an impact in this Manchester United squad. For me, he is obviously one of the best, if not the best CDMs in the world. You can have a conversation with other players, for example, but for me, it's time for him to show his caliber and show what he's really made of. It makes the perfect sense for him to go and play this particular game against Everton. I think it's not the hardest of the squad, with all due respect to Everton, but it's also McTominay. He's had his moments, but I think it's time. I think I just feel like it's the perfect time. You can comment down below and let me know if you think Casemiro should be starting or not as well. But for me, he does. Let me go through some of the comments as well quickly. Bear with me. Let's go through some of the comments that people have been making. We've got big up everyone in the chat. There's loads of you in the chat. Let me go through thoughts on Everest's comment saying players have lost trust in Ten Hag. Not buying it. Not buying it. These guys say a lot of stuff, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. That nah, man. Nah. I hope and pray that's not true as well. I really hope and pray that's not true. But I'm not buying it if you ask me. Nah, I'm not buying it. Geoffrey, what's up? I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Ronaldo and Sancho. Ronaldo is out of the question. Cristiano Ronaldo is out of the question. Cristiano Ronaldo is out of the question. Out of the question. I'm out of the question. Let's just keep it that way. Malacia as well for me. Malacia, he needs rest. Kids played a lot of minutes. He needs rest. Big up Pala as well for joining. Palmarius. Big up. Shaw always lets me down, says Red Baron. Shaw does let us down. And the thing is, Shaw has something to prove. Whether or not he's been here 7 or 8 years, when a new manager comes in, you want to prove something to him, regardless of how many years you've been in the club. Shaw has something to prove, not to us, not to Manchester United, but to Erik ten Hag, and Shaw needs to do that. So it's again perfect time for Shaw to come on and play, not because Shaw's a better player than Malacia, but simply because Malacia is tired. If you ask me, what I'm seeing on the pitch, he's tired and he needs to be benched just to give him some rest. So yeah, we've got loads of games coming. One game every 3 days, 4 days. This particular month. So yeah, he needs a bit of rest. Simpson says fast like the neons funky. Big up red and blue. I don't know why I picked blue because the other colors look funky, but Everton is blue, so you get blue, and then Man United is red, so you get red. So win-win situation. Ziad says Bruno does usually have a good game against Everton. To be fair, Onana, guess, and Iwobi have played well as a 3 though. Man, we'll come to Iwobi as well. Martial is better than Bruno as an attacking midfielder. Martial FC rise. Martial is better than a Bruno as an attacking midfielder. So, oh wow, even as a midfielder, Martial is better. That's a big statement. Martial's a better footballer, anyways. He's a top footballer in his day when he's fit. Muhammad Ali says, big up fast, Bruno bench, because against Everton, the midfield is where the game is won. Casemiro, McTominay, and Fred, 100%. And the weirdest thing is, against the City game, I said the game would be won and lost in the flanks, which somewhat happened, but City went and did a lot of damage in the midfield. I felt like we were going to lock up in the midfield, but we didn't. In this particular game, I feel like it's definitely the midfield that we need to concentrate on 100 million%. Midfield is going to be so crucial because let's just touch on this thing with Iwobi as well, right? Let's touch on Iwobi quickly because Iwobi and Onana have been, you saw them against Southampton, for example, right? The way they whip those balls in constantly and the speed that they possess is a real concern. Is a real concern. Um, Southampton gave us a lot of headache. A lot of headache. We managed to find an answer somehow. Bruno managed to find an answer. But with Iwobi and Onana, especially with Lampard's freaking philosophy and how his prodigy Iwobi from a forward to a midfielder, this is a big game for them too against Manchester United. Onana is a very relentless player. Very relentless player. Iwobi as well. Plenty of legs in that midfield. Really good on the ball when it comes to attacking the spaces and taking players on and whipping the ball in constantly. It's a problem. I need physical players and I need plenty of legs in that midfield. We also need players that can control the tempo of the game. That's very important. We cannot be affording, in my opinion, playing the game in Everton's tempo, letting Everton come into us, our midfield and our box. We cannot afford it. Muape is constantly gonna be buzzing around Lindelof, who I think is gonna play this game, and give us a lot of headache. A lot of headache. This guy is just gonna go round, left and right, dragging defenders here, dragging defenders there, dragging fullbacks here, and constantly be attacking the space. And you'll see Iwobi and Onana constantly whipping ball in from either side and Muape trying to get in behind and trying to meet the ball and trying to catch David De Gea off guard as well, who doesn't come off his line. These are big headaches. The way we control Iwobi, if you ask me, is you put a man and you ask him to be as close and as physical as possible. You do not give Iwobi space to run. You do not give Iwobi a chance to whip the ball in. You be physical and you be really close to him. Really close to him. When we go and look at McTominay's game, very physical, which is good. Can run with the ball, not the best at it. Can he pass? You've seen moments where he's passing, but that's it. So does it make sense for him to be in that midfield? Maybe some can say yes, but we need people who'll be constantly chasing these midfielders like Onana and Iwobi. And the only person I can think of, and I know it sounds weird, is Fred. Is Pastor Fred. Pastor Fred, regardless of his physicality, will constantly be at your face, at your neck. If you ask me, go and play Casimero, go and play a Fred. Fred may not be the most physical, but we've got Casemiro to handle the job, and Casemiro can be that physical person. And this is one of my reasons why I will put Casemiro and Fred in the middle and with Eriksen up front. Thank you very much for the super chat. Red Baron says, when Martial is playing in form, he's one of the best players to watch. No one can take the ball off him. His 1-2s are crazy. He is ice cold. And you know what? You're very right. The way Tony Martial holds the ball to his feet, drags defenders out, finding players, curling the ball past defenders, cutting in and beating defenders. He's an upper echelon player on his day. But can he maintain this season? I have already said it in the United View Discord community chat. Big up you guys as well in the Discord community. If Martial gets injured one more time this season, I am taking a cardboard cutout to Old Trafford saying #Martial out. I can't take it no more if this guy gets injured. If this guy gets injured one more time this season, one more, it's a big headache for me. Big headache for me. Big up Red Baron with the super chat as well. Let's go to the other chat as well. Muhammad Ali says Casemiro as sitter, McTominay marking, and Fred ahead of them. Eriksen, Bruno, Sancho, and Malacia need rest. This is very interesting. You want to play Fred in the 10 position, McTominay in the 8, and Casemiro in the 6. Chat, what do you think? Is this a good... I know. I have no... Mohammed, I'm not with that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Really sorry. Fred, higher up in the pitch. Nah, man, I don't know. Maybe 2 6s in a double pivot and then Fred playing a slightly higher up. I understand that bit, but Fred can't make a pass to save his life. Fred cannot make a pass to save his life. One of the most unreliable passes in our squad. I don't know, man. I do not know. Gets bullied by young footballers. I don't know. This is an interesting one, chat. You have to let me know if you're with it. Red Baron says also amazing hold up play for Martial. Let's talk a bit about Sancho. Before Sancho as well, Ganso says, no haram ball. Will die. I will die before I see Casimero, Fred, and McTominay. I will bleach my eyes if Football Power Hour, big up in the chat says Ali is onto something. So you're agreeing with Ali. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. He says Ten Hag has already tried Fred up high on the pitch. He has. Yeah, he has. Has Fred done something in that particular game? Not really. Against Real Sociedad, Fred played a number 10. And what did he do? That's the thing. Tell me what did he do? Go on, tell me. Did Fred do anything? No, he did not. So that's the fact. The fact is, he didn't. Football Power Hour says Martial seems to be more efficient with the ball. I would experiment with him as a 10. No, I wouldn't keep him in a number 9. I need the goals. If I play him as a 10, who plays the number 9? And if you tell me Rashford, I'm ending the stream. I am ending the stream. If you tell me Rashford as a number 9, I'm ending the stream. I swear to God. I swear to God. Yahuza Muhammad says, big ups to you, Faz, watching you live from Ghana. Big up Ghana in the chat as well. Honestly, this season, Bruno Fernandes wasn't at his best at all because I can simply say he hasn't contributed anything to the team so far. We have won games with Casemiro and Eriksen. Facts. Whether you like it or not, we have won games with them too. It can work. But I feel like Eriksen is being asked to do the dog work because Bruno needs to be facilitated further up the pitch. Please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me you guys see something that I don't. Because Eriksen is having to do the dog work when it should be someone else and Eriksen should play the 10 role. That is what I'm trying to say. People are saying Eriksen's defensive duties. Eriksen shouldn't be needing to do this much defensive duties. It should be a Fred and a Casemiro or a McTominay and a Casemiro. It should be those guys doing the defensive duties. If we actually had a 8 who could play the ball decent, half decent, Eriksen should be in a number 10 and it reduces a lot of our headaches. The fundamental is McTominay cannot play the ball as well as we need to. That's the fundamental. That is the fundamental. Red Baron, please don't put this in the chat because it's going to make us cry. It's going to make us cry. It is. Because we need someone in an 8 position who can collect the ball and progress it forward, who can collect the ball and pass the ball forward to a 10 or to a Rashford. And we ain't got that. We do not. Whereas Everton, on the other hand, they have numerous ball carriers. Numerous players who can take the ball, carry it forward, and we can't. We don't have that, and this is where the oh my days! Cut the stream. 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 Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek. The man who's not even here. Donny Casper van der Beek. Like Casper the Ghost because he's missing. Nah, man. Cut the stream, man. Donny van der Beek, man. Come on. Come on, man. Nah. We don't need to treat Everton like they are Man City. We should just play our own game and beat them easily without a dogfight. But hey, it's Goodison Park. Everton know how to bring the game to you. Lampard is cooking something with those midfielders. You saw it against Southampton. You saw Everton against Liverpool as well. Where let me just get the fixture list up. That the results for Everton. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. You saw them against Liverpool. Who else? We saw them against Southampton. They managed to dig it out and get a result there. I think there was West Ham as well, where they nicked 3 points with a 1-0 goal. Oh, yeah. And the first 3 games, Brentford leads Liverpool, where they drew, and then they went on a win-win with Southampton and Everton and West Ham. And you can see something with Everton. They are a very resilient team. very, very resilient. If they go and win tomorrow, it is a massive, massive, massive win for them. A huge win for them. Because after us, they go and play Spurs. They go and play Newcastle. They go and play, I think, is it Palace after that. They're going to want to win. It's in Goodison Park. There's this Liverpool Scouser, Man United rivalry, Everton, small pitch, Goodison Park, nighttime kickoff under the lights. Frank Lampard, Onana, Iwobi, Muape, Calvert Lewin may be fit, may get some minutes. I don't know, but they got ball carriers in there. They've had a good win against Southampton. They've had a good win against what was it? West Ham. Man, they're gonna wanna take 1 point or 3 points. They don't want to lose that game. So it's a solid game for us. This is the thing. We disrespected Omonia, and look what they did to us. Look what they did to us. Red. Cut the stream, man. Cut the stream, man. Now cut the stream. You want us to go for Frankie de Jong again? You want me to make an ITK exposing video again? Again, the whole of January. Whole of January again. The man does not want to come to Manchester United. What do you want? Do you want someone to go and kidnap this guy and bring him to Manchester United? The guy doesn't want to come to Manchester United. He doesn't want to come. Big up Liam in the chat. Red Baron, he doesn't want to come to Manchester United. What do you want me to do? Yes, Fred played 10 against Sociedad. It was Ronaldo and Elanga who didn't follow up well with Martial, Rashford, and Anthony. I promise Fred will do 100% at number 10. It's a question to be raised. Can Fred do something in a number 10 position? In all honesty, I don't see him doing much. But it is what it is. That's just my opinion, and this is your opinion. Nobody's right or wrong. The fact is, can Ten Hag do it? Can Ten Hag see it? Is the question. People want to see Fred in a 10, Donny in a 10, Sancho in a 10, bare 10s, man. Eriksen in a 10, bare 10s. Bare 10s. That's like 4 or 5 10s already. I don't need this many 10s. I need 8s, I need 6s. Where are my 8s? Where are my 6s? If Ten Hag is looking at these players, can you play a 8? Can you play a 6? I need 2 6s in there. I need a double pivot 6 in there, locking up shop when we're 1-0 up against Everton. Locking up shop when we're 2-1 up against Everton. Those are the type of players I need. I need 6s who can carry the ball forward. I need 6s who can make passes from deep. I don't need bare 10s. It's a whole lot of 10s in Manchester United. Am I seeing it wrong? Please, chat, tell me if I'm seeing it wrong. Tell me if I am seeing it wrong. It's bare 10s. Sancho, we want as a 10. Fred, we want as a 10. Eriksen, we want as a 10. Bruno, we want as a 10. Fred, we want as a 10. Bare 10s. Martial can play a 10. Bare 10, 10, 10, 10. It's like Ben 10. Bare 10s. We need 8s and 6s. 8s and 6s. Double 6s. Lock up shop settings. And I'm not saying we can't play attacking football with lock-up shop as well. You can. You saw what Verratti does in PSG. And yeah, it's a different league, whatever. Okay, you want to talk about Premier League? Matheus Nunes. What does he do? He does this, boom, he's off. He does this, boom, he's off. Proper 6s. Caicedo can play at 8. Why don't we have those sort of players in our squad? This is a huge concern. Huge concern for us. We've got Martinez. Great passing through the line, no problem. You got Lindelof. At times, he can make a good pass. Sure. We got Varane, can carry the ball a little bit as well. No problem. But in the midfield, we got headaches. We got headaches. Because Bruno, like I said, plays football like this. Like this. I can't play football like that. I can't. I need calmness on the pitch. Who is that person? Chat, you lot tell me, yeah? There's loads of you here watching the stream. Big up everyone watching the stream. Tell me. I will wait. Who can control the tempo of the game? Tell me. I'll wait. Tell me. Who is the player in Manchester United, in that midfield, who can say, Woosa, let's control the game. Let's dictate the tempo. Who is it? Let's speed up the game. Let's slow down the game. Let's find the pass. Let's bring in players. Let's transition the ball. Who is the player in Manchester United Football Club right now in the midfield position that can dictate tempo? Tell me, please. Someone in the chat, tell me. Man is saying Scholes. Man is saying Scholes. Ericsson, cool. Okay. You can say Ericsson can dictate tempo, right? So I might put Ericsson in at 8. But I'm not putting him as a 6. I'm not putting him as a 6. I'm putting him as an 8. Why would you want Christian Eriksen to play as a 6? It doesn't make sense. Brilliant. Two players, Casimero and Eriksen. Cool. They can dictate tempo, right? They can dictate tempo. Well, in that case, there's one more midfielder that's needed to complete. And we know Casemiro can dictate tempo. He does that in Brazil. You see him do that in Brazil. Casemiro does it in Brazil. Yeah, Brazilian football is different, sure, but he has that attribute. He did that in Real Madrid. He has that attribute. Him, Modric, and Cruz dictate in tempo. But with Eriksen, okay, I see that. He has that calmness. He looks up. One of the fundamentals of football. Looking left and right, looking left and right, looking left and right, looking who's available before you receive the ball. Before you receive the ball, looking left, looking right. One of the fundamental reasons what makes Frankie de Jong a great player is called scanning. He scans, looking left, looking right, receiving the ball, knowing where he's gonna go already. Bruno, the guy plays football like this. Bruno Fernandes plays football like this. He don't know where he's going. He don't know what he's doing. He don't know who he's passing to. Just give me the ball and inshallah, that's it. That's how Bruno Fernandes plays football. Someone tell me different. There's a balance that needs to be found. I've just been on Said's channel talking about balance. Big up Said. You can go and watch that stream. Balance. We need balance. We need balance. Who can provide us with balance in this squad? Please, someone tell me. Balance is needed, and we don't have balance. Forget the tactics. I'm not a tactician. I can't talk to you about tactics. But who can provide us with balance? And what is the balance that we find? Casemiro, Eriksen, and who? Who's the third person? Who is the third person that can provide, that can be of that balance? Eriksen, Casemiro. Who else? We need another midfielder. Someone says Casemiro, McTominay, and Eriksen. McTominay? Okay. So you see, you guys are answering your own question. That means Bruno Fernandes needs to be benched. If this does not mean Bruno Fernandes needs to be benched, then who? Bruno kicks the ball and hopes Rashford will find the ball. Well, this is what I mean. WSQ Big Up says, Faz, Fred is that third. Well, okay. Let me do a poll then. It's all about 1 second. Should Bruno be benched? 72% of you have said yes. Big up to everyone. 72 people have voted. Sorry, 72% of the people have said yes. 23% has said no. So let's do another poll. If Casemiro and Eriksen are reliable people, reliable players to dictate tempo, who's the third player? There we go. Right, let me see. If Eriksen and Casemiro are the reliable players to dictate tempo, who's the third player to go with them? And the poll has Scott, Bruno, or Fred. I want everybody to vote down below who you think. I think the question makes sense. If Casemiro and Eriksen are the reliable players to dictate tempo, who's the third player to go with them? Vote. Poll is open. Please, everyone, go ahead and vote. Let's see what people have to say. Fred is straight away 100%. Everybody's thinking Fred. No votes for Bruno or Scott McTominay just yet. No votes at all for Bruno and Scott McTominay. Just yet. We'll see. Casemiro, Zidane, and Eriksen. World order. Zidane is not ready. That's all I'm saying. Quality is there, not ready for the Premier League. Not ready for the Premier League. Premier League is very physical, extremely high tempo. Yeah, I don't think he's ready. There's a conversation to be had about Fred, but I don't need him as a 10. I need Fred as a... Can Fred play a 6? Physicality doesn't allow him. Physicality does not allow Fred to play a 6. I don't think we have a controller or a tempo controller. Casemiro could be that person, but he's not shown that yet. He has not shown that yet. Balance equals to Casemiro, McTominay, and Ericsson. Do Brazil uh do the Brazil duo and Ericsson class? Okay, some people are doing Brazil duo, but Brazil football is different. Fred is a 8. See, I can't play Fred as a 6. That's what I'm saying. I'd love to see Lisandro on the third as well. He's so tidy on the ball. And listen, you all know my stance on Lisandro Martinez as a CDM. I've said this so many times. He's done that in the Champions League for Ten Hag against Chelsea. Um, he could do that, but I don't think at the moment we have the facilities to facilitate him in that CDM position because we don't have reliable centre back. So for that reason, he has to stay in the centre back position, and I'm not going to put him in the conversation of a 6. That's miles into the future. If we get replaceable centre backs like the Bella Kochaps and all of that, like we have our own version of Saliba, and we don't. So he has to be a centre back. Zidane Iqbal is not ready. I don't think Zidane Iqbal is ready. Fred is at 8-8 box to box. Okay, if that's what you want to say, I agree. I agree. Um, let's see the poll. Let's see what people are saying. 42% of the people are saying Fred, 33 are saying Bruno, and 25% are saying Scott McTominay. Very interesting indeed. Fred is winning this conversation. So for the balance of the midfield, we all think Fred should play in the partnership with Casemiro and Ericsson. Interesting. I think I just have questions on Fred's physicality, and he's another one that treats the ball like it's hot potato. Best tempo controllers we have are all in the academy. Mike, you are right. But the thing is, they are kids in terms of not kids, but they're youth players. I don't like calling them kids because they're not kids. They are youth players, and it's gonna take a while before we transition them into the first team and the first 11. It's one of the worst times to be part of a Manchester United academy because you're not going to get many minutes in the first team simply because Ten Hag is stubborn and simply because Ten Hag wants to continually develop the starting squad as it is. So bringing in youth players, it doesn't make sense. You bring in youth players when you're winning comfortably, like a 3-0 game, 4-1 game. Those type of games you can give youth minutes, but right now we are not looking good to be given youth player minutes. So that's just how I look at it. It's like multiple choice. If you pick the least wrong answer, will Casemiro even get a start? Let's talk about the starting 11. Front front three is guaranteed for me. It has to be Rashford, Martial, Joga Bonito. There's no questions. There's no questions. There's no debates. There's no if buts maybes. Nothing. As simple. And this is the perfect segue to talk about Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho. And whether you guys want me to take it, whether you guys want to take it as a Sancho bashing or this, that, the other, or me cooking Sancho, let me say it simply. Jadon Sancho needs to go whole bench and reassess his game with Ten Hag. As simple as I can say it. Jadon Sancho needs to go sit down and reassess his game with Ten Hag. I think it is detrimental for us to figure out how we can go about and implement Jadon Sancho to play better football in Manchester United. It is not looking good, bruv, for Sancho. Sancho is one of the youngest, highest paid players in the league. In the league. Do you know how much money Sancho's making a week? Do you know how much money Sancho's making a week? And you want to sit here and tell me Sancho needs time? You want to sit here and tell me Sancho needs time because he starts the season slow? Sancho's a system player. Go and check how much is Vini Jr. on, Rodrigo on, Luis Diaz on, Diego Jota is on, Heung-min Son, how much is he on? And you want to tell me a 22-year-old kid who's on serious amount of cash, 70, 80 million pound player, and he needs time. He needs time. Nah, man. Nah. He needed time when he came into the squad, as in when he came into the club. Now he needs to start performing. He needs to start performing. Let's keep it 100%. Let's go to some of the chat quickly. Let's see. What's Donny's injury? Feels like it's mentality. Donny's injury is his feelings. His feelings are hurt. That's his injury. Sancho needs a rest. He needs more than a rest. He needs to sit down with a pen and pad, write down the positives and negatives. You know, like they did in back in college days and uni and school and career plan, career progression. Write down the positives that you have, write down the negatives that you have. Let's talk with your mentor, in this case, Eric Ten Hag, and let's discuss the future of your career in Manchester United. Let's reassess what you can bring to the table. Let's reassess what you need to improve, and then we go forward. And I'm going to come more onto Sancho as I read the comments as well. 8 or even 10, Fred's pressing higher up the pitch is a weapon rather than him closing down defensively all the time. We got too many players wanting to go forward. I got too many players. Fred wants to go forward. Ericsson wants to go forward. That guy wants to go forward. Yeah, bet. I need sixes. I need sit. There is your position. Sit there. Sit down. Stop moving. Stop going forward. Sit there. Block the balls, follow your man, make the tackle, collect the yellow cards, and sit there. Stop trying to go hero. Stop trying to do Rocky. Sit there. Just sit. I need people who are willing to sit. Sacrifices. Hendo and Milner settings. Sit there, please. Who's going to want to sit there? Not many players. Not many players. Sancho been bad last few games. Bad is an understatement. Bad is an understatement. I'm going to come to him. De Gea, Dallo, Luke Shaw, Martinez, Lindelof, Casemiro, Anthony, Fred, Martial, 10, Eriksen. Oh, okay. I think you're making right. De Gea, yeah, okay. That's the starting 11 that you're saying. We should convince ourselves Bruno will eventually return to the greatness our team has been through enough to affect even our best players. Nobody's up to par for United right now. I agree. Sancho, just run. Well, don't say that to Omo because that's Sancho's dad. If you say it to Omo, he's going to get pissed off. Big up Omo, one of my members. Busha says Anthony needs the young lad to keep the wings as formidable as possible. Carrick settings. Busha says Sancho is having a spell, but what can he do is honestly incomparable to plenty of others in the league. Not time, but immediately tap into his potential so we can get result this season. I have a conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is Eric Ten Hag sells Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho in the near future. Serious. I feel like he's going to sell Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho and forget the captaincy stuff. You say, oh, yeah, because Bruno's the captain, he's an Eric. No, chill. It can happen. And I would like for it to be a conversation. If you are not performing for Manchester United, you should be able to be sold. And I need to be able to rinse through players. Bring one in, doesn't work, sell him. Collect the money, go and get another one. Big club settings. If you want to be a big club, do big club moves. Bench the player, go and get another one. Forget the money. Glazonomics. We're going to burning through cash anyways. Stop trying to find excuses. Not working. Out. Next. Not working. Out. Next. Working. Stay. You. Bench. Quick. Go through players. But we're not doing that. We are finding, this is what the Glazers have done. Because the Glazers don't sell players when they need to sell. Pogba, Lingard, all of these types of players. McTominay. Didn't sell McTominay. Sold Jamie Garner. Make it make sense. Didn't sell McTominay. Didn't sell Fred. Sold Jimmy Garner. Make it make sense. Didn't sell Luke Shaw. Sent Alvaro Fernandez on loan. Make it make sense. When is the player ready? I don't know. And this is what the Glazers do. They don't sell the players in the time when they need to. And we, as a fan base, start making excuses for these players. We make excuses for players. Please, ladies and gentlemen, it's true. It's in front of you. Each and every one of us make excuses for players. But I believe Ten Hag will sell Jadon Sancho. Bruno, I don't think he's a Ten Hag player. But Jadon Sancho, people said Donny van der Beek is a Ten Hag player. Look at Donny van der Beek's career right now. Look at it right now. Donny van der Beek is missing. Missing for time as well. Nothing. No minutes. Nothing at all. Fred as well. Barely anything. And Bruno needs to be one of those people. Bruno needs to hold bench and reassess. When you hold bench, yeah, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? You know what? Yeah, I'm not good. I need to up my level. And bench can do miracles for players. Absolute miracles for players. When you're constantly playing week in, week out, you can get accustomed to it. And what you end up doing is becoming complacent. Ole Gunnar settings. Playing players even after they're making mistakes and end up getting complacent. Eric Bailly spoke about this. Big up Eric Bailly. Big up Eric Bailly. Bring back Eric Bailly, man. Hashtag bring back Eric Bailly. BBEB. Bring back Eric Bailly. Um, and Jadon Sancho, as I was saying on Jadon Sancho quickly, this guy, he needs to start performing, man. He needs to start performing. Forget the time, forget the star boy, forget the yeah picture, yeah, oh, model this, model that. Nah, man. Let's ask this question, ladies and gentlemen, people in the chat, answer this question. I want another poll. Actually, I'm gonna run another poll. Polls are great to get people's thoughts. Last call for the poll that is currently in the chat. Last call. If you want to make the vote, make it right now because it's going to be deciding who is the third person to go with Casimero and Eriksen. Right now, Scott McTominay is out the conversation. We've got Bruno and Fred as a tie. So if you're watching this stream, if you vote, you're going to have the tiebreaker vote between Bruno and Fred. Bruno and Fred are tying right now. 42% of the people think Bruno should be the third person to go with Casemiro and Eriksen, and 42% think it should be Fred. Whoever has the next vote, Bruno wins. I end the poll. People say it's Bruno. I had to end the poll because I'm going to run another one. But 43% of people think Bruno should be the person to go with Casemiro and Eriksen, and 40% think it should be Fred. 15% think it should be Scott McTominay. So for the balance of the midfield, you guys have picked Bruno, and people have spoken. Let's get another question up. I'm not going to tell you the question. I'm just going to put it up. Bear with me. It's a two-part question. One second. Faith in games. Actually, there you go. Right, great. Yeah, serious. This is a serious question. I want you all to take a minute and read the question and vote. The question is, can Jadon Sancho be a problem solver for Manchester United? And does Jadon Sancho pose a threat to defenders? I understand it's a two-part question, but understand and then make your mind up. Please read the question and understand Jadon Sancho and then decide the answer, yes or no. Can Jadon Sancho solve problems for you? Can Jadon Sancho be a threat in front of goal at defenders? We have seen him floor people in the box. We have seen him floor people in the box. We have seen Jadon Sancho fake shot turn bang. So there is a conversation there. But we have also seen Jadon Sancho not be able to be a man. We have also seen Jadon Sancho not being able to bring in colleagues into the game. Maybe because Martial's not playing. Maybe that's a question, but it's there. We have seen Jadon Sancho not be able to play full 90 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not say anything more, but Jadon Sancho can't play 90 minutes. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know if you vote. Can you re-vote again? I don't know. If you can re-vote again, understand what I'm trying to say. We aren't doing Player FC, Liam. You're right. But this is something you have to understand. One game putting Van Disney on citizen's arrest doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Game in, game out. Game in, game out. Does Jadon Sancho pose a threat to defenders? Game in, game out. Can Jadon Sancho be that player who can solve even small problems? Even small problems. Can he solve it? Think about what I'm trying to ask you here. When 1 second, actually, let me even give you a bit more context, right? Let me even give you a bit more context. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hold on. Hold on. I'll give you a bit more context, right? Let's talk about Everton because that's the team we're going to play, right? That's the team we're going to play. Can Jadon Sancho cause Coleman of Everton headache? Or Kouadi? Or Cody, I think that's how you, sorry, not Kouadi, Cody. Can he pose a threat to Cody? When Cody and Coleman are looking at Jadon Sancho, do they feel like Jadon Sancho is going to be a threat? Do they feel like there's going to be some sort of problem that Jadon Sancho can solve? Do they feel that? Like answer as like I'm being this is a genuine question. Think of what I'm asking you here. Legitly think of what I'm asking you. Let's go to the Newcastle game. We've got Newcastle to play. Newcastle just beat Brentford 5-1. Let's ask that question. Right? Let's ask that question. Can Jadon Sancho cause headaches for Trippier? Can Jadon Sancho cause headaches for Trippier? If Trippier is giving us a hard game, can Jadon Sancho solve that issue by making Jadon Sancho by making Trippier not go up and making him stay with Jadon Sancho and him being able to beat Trippier? Can Sancho beat Trippier 1v1? These are questions you need to ask. These are questions that you need to ask. We play we play Tottenham in a few weeks. Tottenham just won 1-0 against Brighton. So when we talking about Tottenham, can Jadon Sancho give headaches to Romero? Can Jadon Sancho give headaches to Doherty, a Bentaker, a Dyer? Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. The way Jadon Sancho's playing, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's go and see some of the chat. What people's thoughts? Hold on. Oh my God, another 10. I know Sancho's a 10, but that's the thing. Another 10. Okay, let me see. Mike G says, I pose more of a threat than Jadon Sancho. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm going to drop the link for the members to join in the stream soon. Why do you think Ten Hag has made Bruno his captain from his very first game till now? Because Harry Maguire is the biggest problem of Manchester United, and he has been the biggest problem of Manchester United since the history of Manchester United's ever started. Harry Maguire is the worst signing of any football club. That's why. Sancho loses confidence easily. He needs to grow some balls. Yes, he can. Oops, I saw it differently. Well, I gave you some context. Hope that helped. Yes, with the right balance start in 11. There are certain players in this world that do not need starting 11s. You should be able, as a professional footballer, to have certain attributes. No matter which club you play for, you know what's your bread and butter. I'm not a tactician. I'm not a pundit. I'm a football fan. I look at football differently to all of you because each individual looks at football differently. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. But the fundamental is, ladies and gentlemen, what are certain footballers' bread and butter? What do you make your name of? What is Jadon Sancho's bread and butter? What is Vinny Jr.'s bread and butter? What is Heung-min Son's bread and butter? What is Diogo Jota's bread and butter? Let's ask these questions. What is Luis Diaz's bread and butter? What is Salah's bread and butter? What is Jadon Sancho's bread and butter? Please answer that question. Answer that question for me, someone. Sancho put Van Disney on Citizen. Yeah, I've read that one. Sancho needs to start in a proper shape. I think it will take him time to build up that fitness level. How much more time, man? He's getting paid 280 a week, 350 a week. It was 350, but after the 25% reduction, it's 280 a week because we're in Europa. So he's getting nearly 300 a week. So how much more time do you need? But he needs to be disciplined. His body type isn't ideal. And when I talked about his body type, you lot cooked me. Well, not you lot, but people cook me when I talk about his body type. The disrespect on Sancho's name, especially after the start he's had, is laughable. Just something for fans to be unhappy about. No, I have to call out what I see when I see it. You must be consistent. I cannot have players not be consistent. Consistency is important. Consistency is important. Going like this doesn't help anyone. I would prefer you go like this at least. Have some consistency. But if you're going like this, it doesn't help anyone, especially not Manchester United in a moment like this. Especially like Manchester United. Consistency is what gets players to the top. Consistency is what got us a treble. Consistency is what made some of the goats in this world. And I'm not asking you to be a goat, Jadon Sancho, but if we're paying you so much amount that we are, and if you've come in at 70, 80 million at this age, there's a level of consistency I expect. And if I can't expect a level of consistency from a player in Manchester United, what am I even doing supporting Manchester United? What are we doing? What are we doing supporting Manchester United if you can't expect a level of consistency? Someone says yes, in terms of Sancho being a problem solver. Let's see. He barely makes it through a game on the wing. He just got to learn how to run back and be more aggressive. Sancho isn't a bad player. He's a baller. It's his mentality. It's all mentality. Mahrez isn't super quick, but Mahrez can solve your problem. Give Mahrez a problem, and I tell you, he figures out a way to solve it. Mahrez is relentless. Mahrez is not fast, but he has a mean left foot. And guess what? He's relentless. He will try and try and try and try and try to beat that guy. He will try and cut in. He will try and do something different. He will try. He will try. And if Maris can hold bench as well, after scoring some amazing goals with his left foot and creating some amazing assists, let's be real. Can he even give problems to Emerson? Jesus Christ. Beans on rice. People say people saying Sancho's bread and butter is link up play, goals. That's not his bread and butter. Let's be real. Uh, we will cook for sure this season. What's his bread and butter? People can't tell me. I've just had link up play and goals so far. Nobody can sit here and tell me what is Sancho's bread and butter. Our midfield is shit. Long season. We are not going to cook shit. Yeah. What is Jadon Sancho's bread and butter? Only one person said link up play. Link up, link up, link up. Like link up TV behind bars. If you know about link up TV, you know what I'm on about. But bare link ups. Everybody just wants to link up. What is Jadon Sancho's bread and butter? Not one person's been able to tell me. Not one person's been able to really, except for Yuma. Nobody's told me. Big up the members. I've dropped the StreamYard link for the members to join in the chat and let me know. Meant to be a final third creativity. Yes, it's right. Thank you. That is true. He is supposed to be a creative player. He is actually supposed to be a problem solver. He's supposed to solve a problem. You need problem solvers in your squad. If I'm a manager and I'm looking at my wingers, for example, Pep uses different people to solve different problems. He used Jack Grealish to solve a problem with Diogo Dalot, and look how easily he did that. He used Ake, in essence, and Gundogan to solve the problem of Bruno pressing, Rashford pressing, and McTominay and Eriksen in the middle. He solved that problem with Gundogan and Ake without having Rodri on the pitch. Problem solving. I ask questions in a real different manner to all these other people that make content on YouTube. My questions, like, I don't know. I'm looking at the game proper differently. But I'm asking questions that come into my head. Jadon Sancho, he's on fraud watch. I swear to God. Jadon Sancho is on fraud watch. Red Baron says his bread and butter is his bread and butter is creating a vice for other players. He is composed most of the time, which makes it easier for other players to play off. Okay. Is he doing that though? If that is his fundamental, why is he failing to do that? Let's ask that question to Griggs, who's just joined the stream. Big up, Griggs.
Yo, what's going on?
Talk to us.
Well, Jaden, I mean, I think I've said everything that had to be said on Jaden Sancho, but I mean, his bread and butter is supposed to be final third creativity, allegedly. Like in the Bundesliga, that's what it was supposed to be. In Dortmund, his XG, X threat, and all his expected assist numbers were very high. He got that 20 assist season in all comps for Dortmund. I think he matched Messi in terms of that. But at United, that hasn't
But at the
replicated.
time, he also had the likes of Haaland in that squad
Yeah, he like people talk about like you need a balanced 11
and
for him.
Bellingham.
Like you need a balanced 11, and they're right for that. He's a player that needs everything catered towards him. Dortmund facilitated with him for that, but I think at Man United he's not good enough for us to build a team around him. And when you're a 70 mil player and you get paid 300K a week before like reductions and everything, but his base salary was originally 350K at when we signed him. When you get paid that much, I think you shouldn't need unlocking. You should be the unlocker. You're the one that's supposed to be picking the lock for us. You're supposed to be the locksmith. Like we talk about Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez went to Leicester and he was the locksmith for that team. It wasn't Jamie Vardy. It was Riyad Mahrez. He and then N'Golo Kante carried that team to the title. And that City, you saw him do it as well. Sancho ain't unlocking anything. Anthony, you see Anthony, like people get onto Anthony, but at least you see him try to unlock stuff. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but at least for Sancho, for me, it's not that he hasn't put up the numbers, it's that he doesn't want to put it up the numbers because he's not trying to do it. Like the game against Nicosia, you saw why are you passing back on a corner when you're an attacker? If it was like a DM or center back passing back, you would understand. But you're meant to be an attacker. Why are you passing back on a corner? Shoot, cross, do something, not pass it back to Malaysia. Malaysia got hounded on like a pack of wolves. So with Sancho, it's just like right now, like you said, he needs to sit on the bench, reevaluate his life decisions on what he's done since he came to Man United. And I don't know if he has to go on a spiritual retreat. I said this for Rashford last year. I said Rashford needed to go on a spiritual retreat to Barbados or some other country. That's what he needed to do. Maybe he did in the summer because you know what? He's come back and he's been a different footballer. He did get engaged over the summer and everything, so he spent his time off. Sancho needs to do the same thing. Go to I don't know where he's from. Maybe I don't know, man. Just go do something because you need to fix up.
Welcome Ganso in the stream as well. Go on, give us your take.
I said it in chat. I think a lot of it is mentality. Like he's playing like a coward. He's not trying anything. He's not doing anything, and I think he needs to be more brave. We've all seen I've seen the buzzwords: more aggressive, more intense. He needs to track back better and all this stuff. I have question like you brought this up, and I think it is a good point. His body type. I don't think like he kind of has that Shaw body type to me. He seems like I don't know if it's maybe like poor discipline or something, but he doesn't seem to be in like proper elite shape like right now. Maybe people say he's a slow starter, so maybe like I said, this fitness will come because it's not like you can't build up that fitness immediately. But but what I will acknowledge is I am making a ton of excuses for him, and at the end of the day, you are right. Like whether I do like Sancho, but whether I like him or not, he's £70 million player, and if he needs to be unlocked, if he needs, we need Martial or we need Holland, this elite goal scorer at striker, and he needs a perfect, super quick overlapping wingback to support him. All this stuff. Then nah, I would rather like right now, if I could get Kvaradona from Napoli, swap them, I would do that immediately, no hesitation. I like Sancho, but there's too many things about him that it's kind of worrying me at this stage, to be honest.
There's something fundamental that we need to understand, Griggs. When you are a winger slash forward, there are certain things that you do regardless of which team you go, regardless of where you go, because that is what you do. Doesn't matter who you play with, what you do. No matter what you expect, Anthony Joga Bonito is going to do that ball roll wherever he goes. Right, that's his bread and butter. That fidget spinner that they call, that's what he's gonna do. That cutting in, shooting with his left foot, that's what he's gonna do. Riyad Mahrez, he's gonna try and cut in, whip that ball in. Diaz, he's gonna try and run in, do his step overs, try and cut in and shoot. Jota, you're going to see him relentlessly pressing. You're going to see that no matter which team they go in. Which team they go in. Rodrigo, you're going to see him coming in inverted in that box. Even though Benzema's there, you're going to see him. You're going to see him. Certain footballers do certain things simply because that's in their DNA. Valverde is supposed to be a midfielder. Look at where Valverde ends up in the game. But Jadon Sancho is not doing what he is fundamentally known for. And this is a comment that I want to bring up by Red Baron, if I can find it again. Um, no, not this one. One second. Let me bring this comment up. Where there you go. Sancho is a slow starter. He doesn't really start until later on. Hopefully, Ten Hag can get him up to speed quicker this year. What what on earth is this excuse of slow starter? Why the hell do we have warm weather training in preseason? Why the hell do we have training plans for players? If you know, by the way, for the people who don't know, and I hate to put it like this, but footballers, they have extremely sensitive high level of tracking during preseason. This is preseason as well. In the group chat, and I know this stuff, and Greeks probably know this. You all might know this, but I know this. My best friend, who's the professional player, he tells me all this stuff. In the group chat, the physios and the people who look after, I don't know, the assistant managers or whatever, they send them a link to their Strava. Let's just say, if you know what Strava is, it's a running app. Each player has to install Strava on their phone, and each player has an individual fitness plan that they must meet by the Friday or Saturday of every week. And that gets uploaded and they check. This is preseason. Then comes preseason. You've met your fitness target. Then you start doing your preseason and on the ball stuff. So preseason, you've already worked on fitness. Then you've come in preseason, work on the ball, work on the game. Then you start the season. Maybe there's a question you might need 2 or 3 games to get into the swing of things. One of the other reasons why we have behind the closed door games, one of the other reasons why we go to Dubai for training and we go and play preseason games, whatever. But 2 to 3 games should be enough. October, you asking me he still needs time to start the season? If that's the case, it's the fucking Premier League. Come on. Why are we having to lower our expectation for certain players? Why? Like, will Real Madrid do that? If Jadon Sancho was in Real Madrid, if Jude Bellingham was in Real Madrid, Griggs, you talk to me. Will players be expected to be given time to start the season?
You see what Hazard, like Ancelotti has no remorse for Eden Hazard right now. That guy hasn't touched the pitch. He maybe touched the pitch 2 times like this season because like he's known to be a slow starter too. Like I know about Jadon Sancho slow starter. It's a common theme. We saw that Dortmund. He always started off the season slow and then he picked it up. But that's Borussia Dortmund. We're at Man United. There's different levels to this game. At Man United, like you talk about the app. I remember Lukaku. He leaked that app. He leaked like the stats with Luke Shaw. I remember because he leaked that he was like the fastest player in training because people were getting onto him about his body weight and everything like that. So you are meant to be in preseason. And you saw it with Sancho and Rashford this summer. They were in LA training, running up the hills at USC facilities. So they were getting into shape. But Jadon Sancho, he is this player that he could get out of shape so quickly. And like it's just like in the flip of a switch. Like he'll
Poor
lose that.
mentality and shit.
Yeah,
Like he's not disciplined. Keep taking care of his body.
He's just poor discipline. And I mean that like we did the Pogba stuff, unlocking and everything. We did that for 6 years. I got tired of it. I love Paul Pogba as a player, but it got to a point where it always got about this if. I'm tired of the word if. I'll just deliver for me. That's all I want. And Jadon Sancho, like we gave him the pass last year. It was his first season. Man United was in turmoil last year, so we all gave him the pass. We said next season though, you got to step up. Pressure's on. You gotta step up. And like everyone's like this. Why the part I hate about Jadon Sancho is that he's overprotected in our fan base because he's technical. He's a technical baller. Technical baller can only get you so far in life because Marcus Rashford is not technically efficient. But you saw on that pitch on Thursday when Jadon Sancho got subbed off for Marcus Rashford, you saw Marcus Rashford showed him what it means, what it takes to be a Man United winger, running past the fullback. Marcus Rashford did like kick and run like he was Gareth Bale versus Mark Bartra on Thursday when he was running past players. 7 minutes. That's all it took for Marcus Rashford to show up Jadon Sancho on Thursday. 7 minutes, not even 10 minutes. And Marcus Rashford had done like 15-minute warm up. That's how quick it took for him. Like Sancho, you just got to step up, man, because that right wing is Antony. Ten Hag will give Antony as much time as he needs because that's his signing. You're not his signing. Marcus Rashford, Ten Hag has talked about how much he loves Marcus Rashford and he wants him. That Marcus Rashford is going to get that contract. Ten Hag loves him. I don't know if Ten Hag loves Sancho. I'm sure he likes him as a player, but Sancho's got to prove to him that he wants that left wing spot. And right now, that's why I said Marcus Rashford
and whether people like it or not, the fact is Ten Hag likes Joga Bonito. That's a fact. He went and spent 100 million on a player that can beat a man.
To
That
emphasizing
can
that
beat a
because
man.
it's a very good point. Something that I guess maybe we haven't fully taken in is that we already have Sancho. Sancho's playing on the right wing. He brings in Anthony for 100 million. And we already, like Greg said, we already know he likes Rashford. Who is the one getting left out? It's Sancho. So like I think there are big concerns to have with him, if we're being honest. Because why would you spend 100 million on a right winger if you're convinced Sancho is the guy that you can trust?
Let's talk about this as well, Ganso. I'll come to you with this. Players with the Rooney Tevez body type usually take a while to get up to speed. It's not an excuse, but those players are usually good at holding off players. Wayne Rooney,
I think
did
that's a
did
different
he need
different
time to
type.
start the season? I don't really think so. And Tevez as well. I think Tevez, you could ask this question, okay, but I think Tevez took three games max, 4 games max before he was firing. Um, on off the bench, starting Tevez was a killer all the time, and these are legendary players, by the way, hugely legendary players who can play numerous positions. Um, it's a I don't know, Red Baron. I somewhat see your point, but Ganso, what do you make of this comment?
Um, I don't want to. Again, right? We have to. I think the entire fan base. We need to start being more tough with the players, like, and not just keep making excuses. Like we said for Pogba, it's just excuse after excuse. But I like Sancho, and I want to cut him a bit of slack because we did have that month where we didn't play, and then we start playing again, and this is our only second game back. So I'll give him. I'm giving him a few more games, but if it's like 3, 4 more games down the road and he's still doing like fuck all, then it's like now we're just talking about it. But if it's a couple games down the road and he's done nothing, we have to have some serious conversations about whether this guy is even like whether if he should even be the starting player. Because as of right now, I'm like, okay, bench him. Rashford will come in, and then we'll bring Sancho back in. And we'll see what he's gonna do. But in a couple games, if he's still doing like shit, nothing, then as far as I'm concerned, he's backup. Rashford's first choice.
If you ask me, do we sell him this summer?
No. We have too many other places and players we need
Um,
to sell.
I don't think I would want to sell him this summer because, just like Ganso said, actually, we have way more bigger problems that we need to amputate out of Manchester United. Straight up, we need to get rid ASAP. If I could get rid of them in January, I'd get rid of them in January. But the budget won't allow this, and simply their value won't allow this. They're not valued at anything. Harry Maguire is not valued at zilch. Luke Shaw maybe a light 20 mil. Bissaka, oh my goodness, 7 mil if we're lucky, 10 mil if we're lucky. Fred, Jesus Christ, oh my goodness, 10 mil if we're lucky. These players don't cost nothing. And Man United aren't the best at when it comes to negotiation as well. So we've got much bigger headaches to go and sell these players. So yeah, if you ask me, Jadon Sancho, whole bench, and maybe come back slowly into the game. If you're gonna need time to start the season, hold bench then. That's all I can say. Let's talk about obviously the starting 11. Let's just quickly go and do the starting 11. Let me bring up the squad selector. Bear with me. Let me bring that up. There we go. Squad selectors on. Right. Okay, cool. Let's do the starting 11. I'm starting off, of course, Dubravka in net. Starting off with why am I seeing stupid ads, man? Lindelof in right back.
Go on, I want to hear more. I want to hear more.
Keep going.
Every
Permitting he actually exists, by the way.
Put Bayern as well. We'll recall him just for this game.
just for this game. How are we looking? Are we looking good?
Yep,
I think
fantastic.
we'll win that game with that team. No, we don't even need the other players. Just that 7. We're good.
Ole Gunnar football in full effect. Absolutely beautiful squad. Look at that. Everton 5, Manchester United 0. What are we looking? What are we looking at this for? I'm sure if anybody tunes into the stream right now and looks at that squad, they are gonna say, "What the hell have I just tuned into?" This is a secret Ole in channel that has just, and it's not. But got Greg's. What are we changing? Let's start with you.
Well, the right center back, obviously. Is Varane fit? No,
No, I think
Is
he's
Varane
not.
fit? Is he gonna be playing?
No, I
no.
think he said he's unavailable, or
It's
I don't know. I got it.
Linda Soft, great, awesome.
We got no other option but to. Are we starting Dubravka though?
Nah, just there.
It's gonna be De Gea.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced Dubravka exists either.
Don't know what's going on with Dubravka. I don't know why he's not
I
getting
think he
any
got it.
minutes.
I think he got injured or something.
Is he still going? I thought it's
No,
been
I
dealt
think
with.
Ten Hag is just a very, very stubborn manager, and it's gonna get irritating soon because we have a lot of games, and he doesn't start rotating. We're gonna get a lot of frustration within the fan base.
But where can we really rotate though? This like
Honestly, I start Luke Shaw on Sunday.
okay, like besides our forward line, and I know people don't like Luke Shaw. I don't like him either, but like I guess you could put him in, but besides Luke Shaw in our front line, like I don't think we
Yeah,
really
but
have
in this
anyone we can
position
rotate.
with Luke Shaw, we're getting caught because, well, I'm not putting Fred and Thingy. Obviously, I'm putting. Let's just get this out the way
Casimero.
because who's gonna cover this position? It's gonna be him, and we know his physicality is not good at all. Then it comes down to Lisandro Martinez moving in here, Lindelof moving in here,
So,
Dalo as well, staying around this position, Casemiro having to come in here and protect all this area. It's going to get very technical. And then you have Muape running around, keeping Lindelof busy here. You have Onana keeping him busy here. And you have Iwobi keeping him busy here, leaving Mr. Bruno Fernandes. And obviously, I'm going to change all this, but Mr. Bruno Fernandes with the requirement of controlling this position. And he won't. He'll be here. He'll be
yeah.
right there. That's where he's going to be. So another situation where we're left open in the middle.
It's just for me, like I think Marcus Rashford, like for me, football is all about relationships and chemistry. I think Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford have a relationship, in my opinion. Like it's clear to see that they understand the way each other wants to play in a way. I don't think
What
Malasco.
formation are we playing? Are we playing a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1?
I think we played 2-3-1.
Yeah, 2-3-1.
2-3-1?
He's gonna play Ericsson. Like, he's gonna play Ericsson. They're just it's so obvious. This guy is stubborn. He's gonna play Ericsson.
Bruno got subbed. It has to be Ericsson.
I think no wait, Bruno and Ericsson will both play, right?
Yeah, I think they both play. So I think he's gonna overthink it, and I think for me, you have to. I'd play McTominay in this game, to be honest with you. But we got to match your physicality. That midfield that they have is strong. Like Iwobi's the weakest player of the three in that midfield, and he's a pretty strong guy. Just Gay's a monster, and Andre Onana is an absolute tank of a player.
So you playing McTominay, Casemiro, and
A 10. One of Ericsson or Bruno, whoever 10 Hag. I'd do Ericsson, but I don't know what 10 Hag.
are you playing Casemiro?
Yeah, we need physicality in that midfield. We got to match them. If we lose the midfield battle, it's game over. Everton will nick a 1-0 or something if we lose the physicality in midfield. They play
So
a
we
5
keeping
back,
the
right?
midfield-
They play a
Huh?
5 back. They play a 5 back, right?
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they play 4-3-3.
Their last game they played 4-2-3.
So we happy with the midfield, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, if we're playing that midfield though, you could probably do 4-3-3.
But what do we do with Dallo and Shaw, who both want to overlap?
Well, I think we've seen the Ten Hag. One kind of tucks in and one goes forward.
Who's gonna be the one tucking in?
I tuck in Dalo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think I agree as well.
Only because I think Shaw's a better crosser than Dalo. So on the overlap, the crossing would be better.
Interesting. Okay. So we keep Dallo in here. Cool. Right. So 4-2-3-1. There you have it.
I have a question. Do you think we miss, not like miss obviously, but do you think if Donny Van de Beek was like available, not injured, he would be
No,
playing?
my answer is no to anything that has related to Donny Van de Beek is no, unless you ask me if his name is Casper. That's the only thing I'll say yes to. Other than that, my answer is no to that guy. That guy does not exist. I refuse to believe that he exists. He's an absolute floppable player. Man United messed up that signing, and they could have signed a DM instead in that summer. That summer of 2020 is one of the worst windows of all time. And Donny Van de Beek was a waste of a signing. And every person in the summer that said Ten Hag's coming, he's gonna play. Look what happened. His day one doesn't rate him like that. He's always unavailable. And it's not all his fault, it's all his fault as well. But it's just a sign that never worked. And we should have caught our losses with him in the summer. But Man United fans want to say, Donny Van de Beek's finally gonna get unlocked. He's the real baller, yada yada, because he knows how to do one-touch football. Guess what? He's not physically capable of playing in the Premier League at a 38 game pace. He's shown that because he always gets injured. He's just, for me, he's a Serie A / La Liga player. Sell him to Sevilla or something. Athletic, well, no, I can't go Athletic Bilbao. Some team over in Spain or Juventus or something. Get some money back and reinvest it into the midfield because we need actual midfielders that will actually play in the Premier League, not Donny Van de Beek.
Well, there's your starting 11 then. 4-2-3-1 with David De Gea in net, Shaw, Martinez, Linda Hoof, and Diego Dallo with McTerminator and Casimero in the middle, Ericsson up front, Anthony, Rashford, Martial up forward. Question is, will Ten Hag think of it like this? I don't think so. I think he will play Ericsson here and Bruno here. He'll go with and McTominay will play here over Casemiro. I do not think Casemiro starts. I think Ten Hag is a very stubborn individual who will, well, actually, I know he's a stubborn individual who will want to stick with his principles and go and play this formation with the players that he's already played. If he does make the changes, though, I will be very surprised and I'll be happy. I'll be happy if he makes some changes. Risk equals to reward, and we must take risks. Abdiweli says, no ball carrier in 8. Ericsson is the only one who can do that. Till we find another one, we can see Ericsson as a 10 more. Ten Hag said Donny will get a chance today. Did he?
Chances high, bro. Yeah, he's gonna play Europa against Sheriff. Congratulations, man.
Varane is fit. Why is Linderhoof there? Because Varane may be fit, but we want to manage his injury. We don't want to overdo his.
I need him. I need him for Newcastle next week because Newcastle scared the shit out of me. I need him for Newcastle because that team is cold.
And that's another topic as well.
Oh shit! Damn.
That's another topic as well. We do need him for Newcastle. And it's a 7 p.m. kickoff on a Sunday, which is very, very weird. Abdiweli says, I would go with a 4-3-3 Casemiro holding familiar system for him and still attacking football. Casemiro is a must for tomorrow. He is indeed a must for tomorrow. But there you go. There's the starting 11 for
stinks,
now.
By the way, this team stinks. We're so bad. Our squad is so bad.
Yeah, our squad is not the best. We need at least 2 midfield. We need a midfielder in January and a midfielder in summer. 100 million%. There is no debate that we need to go and buy 2 midfielders, one at 6, one at 8. We got bare people looking at 10s. I wanna Matheus Nunes. I want a Marco Verratti. I want a Vitinha. I want to.
There's no excuse not to get Nunes this summer. There's absolutely no excuse not get
Matheus Nunes.
Yeah, there's no excuse to not get him this summer.
Absolutely no excuse.
It's only 40 million, 35 or 40.
No excuse at all. Let's just quickly touch on as we're towards the ends of the stream. Let's quickly touch on the Liverpool versus Arsenal game. Both teams have collected L's from us this year. Griggs, thoughts?
This game for me is it's a must win for both teams because Arsenal haven't beaten City or Liverpool when it mattered in the league in such a long time. Those are the two biggest teams. Even us at our worst, we even under Ole, we beat City a couple of times. Arteta has never beaten City or Liverpool except for the FA Cup. So for me, they need to win to show that they're actually a real title threat this season. Because if the Spurs win, yeah, it was good, but you always beat Spurs at home. That doesn't really prove anything. Against us, you went to Old Trafford, a place that you never win at, and you lost again. So show it to me like that. Liverpool at home, you haven't beaten Liverpool in such a long time. Liverpool are at their weakest right now, in my opinion. They're not strong. You need to go beat them. But as for Liverpool, it's the same thing. Their next two games are Arsenal and Man City. If they win both of them, they might just finish second again in the Premier League. But if they even win one of them, that allows them to kickstart their season because winning at Emirates isn't always the easiest thing, and it shows that they're still Liverpool. But honestly, I heard Thiago's a little nicked up right now, and he's their most important midfielder, in my opinion. I think Arsenal get over the line like a 2-1 victory.
Ganso.
I agree. I think it's scripted for Arsenal to win, and they'll be like, "Oh, we've turned the corner. Wow, we never beat Liverpool, and now we beat them. We're a different team now." I think Arsenal will win. I think it's important for Arsenal as well to like a mental block type thing to get over Liverpool,
Okay.
but also it is a must win for both teams because if Liverpool don't win, they're 6 points off top four and 13 off first.
And they got City next week.
Exactly.
For me, I most definitely need both of them. I need a draw.
So do I. I would love a draw.
I need a draw. I don't want anybody to win. Liverpool could win the game because if Liverpool win, I think they come sixth. And if we win, we go fifth, considering the table now. So
we
it's
games
okay.
in hand. We have games in hand.
Yeah, but I cannot afford an Arsenal win at any cost. I just can't. I need October to start off with Arsenal being second and staying second and starting to go down the pecking order. With saying that, who do I think is gonna win or perform at that level? I think Arsenal will edge it. Saliba, Martinelli, Odegaard, Jesus, Saka, Arteta's doing something. I have come
Xhaka,
to realization. Sorry, what was that?
Xhaka, he's been arguably their best player this
Xhaka,
season.
Xhaka, Arteta's doing something, man. That light bulb is shining right now. That duck or a rabbit picture is showing them what they need to see. So he's onto something, and I think Klopp has serious concerns to address in the transfer window with his midfield.
I think
With
it's
his
deeper
midfield.
than that.
He also has to sit down and have a monthly one-to-one. I think it's long overdue. He's missed a few one-to-ones with Darwin Nooney, aka Central C. He needs to sit down and have a conversation with him as to, bruv, what the hell are you doing? Because you were supposed to be my problem solver. You were supposed to be that guy who you were supposed to be my gunner, really, my lieutenant, my main man. And yeah, I gave Salah the big contract, but you were supposed to be that guy. At the end of the day, you're the one that cost me 100 million. What's going on? You got a whole lot of Jesus tattoos and etc., but you're not really praying and bringing me anything.
If he scores tomorrow, they win. If by some miracle, if he scores tomorrow, Liverpool are going to win.
Oh, and if he scores tomorrow and they win, Liverpool fans are going to rise up because right now they're very quiet. So
Arsenal fans are talking a lot of smack about Nunez. It's so scripted that he scores. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people.
I can see that. I can see that.
yeah, with his top off and celebrating like he did in the dinner
Shield.
plate trophy as well. I'm shameless because if we were in that competition talking about that, I would have
Hey
been
man,
loved
we
it.
ain't
But
won a
yeah,
trophy in 5 years. I'm taking anything right now.
yeah, that's my thing. But listen, let me wrap this up. We've been going for an hour 20 minutes. So big up to everyone for staying and tuning in. Yeah, I think if you ask me, Arsenal will edge that game, but in essence, I want them to draw. But yeah, let's see tomorrow. Big up to everyone. Hopefully, we can get the W tomorrow. Match reaction straight away. I'm still thinking if I'm going to go to the game. But yeah, take care, everyone. Big up Griggs for joining in. Big up Ganso for joining in as well.